A giant filled the room, ENIAC, 30 tons of raw power. Cold War, computers turned into weapons, decoding secrets and guiding missiles. Then, the leap to space. NASA's machines carried us to the moon. Smaller. Faster. Silicon chips put computers on desks. Personal. Intimate. The PC revolution lit up homes, schools, offices. Connection changed everything. Dial-up. Chat rooms. The World Wide Web. Humanity online. No more chains. Laptops in cafes, classrooms on the move, power in a backpack. Then came ultrabooks, slim, light, unstoppable. Our lives spilled onto screens. Notifications, timelines, endless feeds. The world shut down, but computers kept us alive. Work, school, family, all on screens. Now they don't just calculate, they create, they think. But this is only the beginning, the next step is beyond computers. The story of computers is not just about machines. It's about dreams that grew smaller, faster, and closer to us, until they became a part of who we are. Imagine walking into a warehouse in 1946. The air is hot, filled with the constant hum of 18,000 glowing vacuum tubes. This was ENIAC, the first giant electronic computer. 30 tons of steel and wires stretched across the room, demanding its own team of operators. And yet, despite its size, it was weaker than the phone in your pocket today. To those who stood before it, it wasn't just a tool. It was magic. By the 1950s, that magic had hardened into power. In darkened control rooms, massive mainframes whispered calculations for governments and armies. Computers didn't live in homes yet. They lived in bunkers, in military bases, in secret laboratories. They mapped missile trajectories, decoded enemy signals, and calculated strategies faster than any human could. Humanity's first digital brain was forged in the fires of the Cold War. Then came the 1960s, the decade of the moon. NASA's engineers huddled over green screens in Houston, their computers guiding rockets beyond the sky. Every number calculated, every line of code checked and rechecked. Numbers on a monitor became footprints on lunar dust. Humanity stepped onto another world, and the message was clear: computers could carry us anywhere. The 1970s shrank the impossible. A revolution, smaller than a fingernail, the silicon chip. It replaced entire rooms of humming hardware with circuits you could hold in your hand. For the first time, computing was no longer locked away in government labs. It was becoming personal. A teenager unboxed the Altair 8800 on his desk, its blinking lights dancing in the dark. Suddenly, the dream of owning a computer wasn't science fiction. It was here, waiting to be touched. The 1980s brought beige monitors into schools, offices, and homes. IBM, Apple, Commodore, the names echoed through classrooms and living rooms alike. Families gathered around pixelated games, office workers stared into glowing spreadsheets, and kids typed their first lines of code. For the first time, computers weren't just for scientists or generals. They were for everyone. The 1990s gave computers a voice that connected the world. The screech of dial-up tones, the thrill of entering a chat room, the magic of sending an email for the very first time, these weren't just sounds. They were the heartbeat of a new digital society. The World Wide Web stitched strangers into communities, businesses into networks, and humanity itself into something larger than ever before. The 2000s pulled computers off the desk and into our daily rhythm. Laptops appeared in cafes, libraries, airports, glowing screens beside steaming cups of coffee. Wi-Fi turned every corner of the world into an office, a classroom, or a stage. Suddenly, the machine wasn't chained to a wall. It traveled with you, blending into everyday life. But in the late 2000s, something slimmer, lighter, and sleeker appeared, the ultrabook. Elegant aluminum shells, whisper-quiet keyboards, and a promise of power without the weight. For students pulling all-nighters and professionals chasing deadlines, this was freedom in a backpack. The computer had truly become mobile, not just portable. The 2010s made computers social. Notifications buzzed, feeds refreshed, and likes multiplied at the speed of light. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, these platforms transformed the PC into a mirror of our lives. Computers no longer just processed data. They processed us, our memories, our voices, our identities. Entire generations grew up not asking if they would use a computer, but how many hours a day. Then came 2020. A silent world, cities asleep under lockdown. And yet, our screens kept glowing. A laptop became a classroom for a child. A webcam became a window to loved ones. A desktop became the entire office. Computers held us together when nothing else could. They were no longer tools of convenience. They had become lifelines. Today, in 2025, we stand at another threshold. Machines no longer simply follow commands, they think alongside us. Artificial intelligence writes stories, paints pictures, and solves problems in ways we barely understand. Quantum computers tear through calculations that would take classical machines centuries. The computer is no longer just a tool. It is a partner, a challenger, and in many ways, a reflection of ourselves. But the journey doesn't end here. Somewhere, in a laboratory glowing with blue quantum circuits, the next leap is already taking shape. And it might not even look like a computer. It might not look like anything we know. From machines the size of rooms, to whispers of code drifting through the cloud, this is the evolution of computers. And the next chapter has only just begun.
Bye everyone, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.